Good afternoon, Destination. Welcome to day 8 of my free agent profiles. Today we're going to be profiling the best offensive lineman from a division rival, Conor Williams. So any hesitation, let's get it started. So what is there to know about Conor Williams? Well, he was a second-round pick by the Cowboys back in 2018 out of Texas. He was drafted to play guard for Dallas, played guard for 4 seasons with the Cowboys, then in 2022 signed a 2-year, $14 million deal with the Dolphins, and for the past 2 seasons in Miami, he actually played center. So he switched positions whenever he switched cities, and he was actually a lot better as a center than a guard. He was a top 5 center in the NFL over the past few years. After switching his position, he absolutely thrived in Miami. In his NFL career, he was more so known for being a great run blocker, and he absolutely thrived as one with his time during the Dolphins, but also improved a lot as a pass blocker as well, allowing a 1 sack this past season with the Dolphins. In fact, he was actually given a Pro Football Focus grade of 86.5 this past season, which is good enough for the second best center in the NFL. So Conor Williams is a really good center and someone that could definitely improve the New York Jets offensive line, along with offering that versatility to play guard if need be. But the main concern you have with Conor Williams is that he does have a bit of an injury history. He tore his ACL last season and is still recovering from that injury, but on top of tearing his ACL, which happened in Week 14, he also missed more games on top of that, playing in only 9 games this past season with the Dolphins. So yeah, he had a career-best season, only allowed 1 sack, was the second highest grade center in the NFL, but also played in about half the games. So that is definitely something to take into account for. But whenever he played in all 17 games with the Dolphins back in 2022, he was also a pretty solid center, allowing 3 sacks and having a PFF grade of 78.2, which is definitely pretty solid. But whenever you look at Conor Williams' injury history, it actually is pretty lengthy because throughout his NFL career, he's played in 83 of possible 99 games. So there is a bit of a concern when it comes to paying Conor Williams because that injury history is there. And for a team like the New York Jets, which has had a ton of injuries, especially at the offensive line over the past 5 seasons during this Robert Saleh, Joe Douglas era, it is something to keep your eye on. And you look at his market value on SpotTrack, it's $13.5 million. Which would have made him the second highest paid center in the NFL this past season, or actually tied for the second highest paid center with Frank Ragnow. So do the New York Jets really want to pay Conor Williams as the potential highest paid center in the NFL? Because if Jason Kelce retires, that $13.5 million would be the highest in the NFL. That's the main question you have to ask yourself, along with what he would have played throughout an entire season this year. Is he going to be the same after this torn ACL? Definitely a lot of things to take into consideration. But if you feel like Conor Williams is the best center available this offseason, if you feel he could be better than Joe Tippmann could be at the center position in the future, because you got to remember, we have Joe Tippmann. We drafted him to be our center of the future last offseason, but he played guard a bit this year, was pretty good at guard, almost as good as he was as a center. And there's also rumors coming out saying that the Jets might be interested in actually moving him to guard. So the main question is, do the New York Jets think Conor Williams is a better center than Joe Tippmann and will be a better center than Joe Tippmann? And are they willing to bet on his injury history? Because if so, I'm willing to give him a contract of around $13.5 million. But if not, you might have to look into the second tier options of your free agent centers and see where you can go from there. But Conor Williams definitely is an interesting player. And to be honest, even though he had a great season last year and limited playtime, I don't really think he would be the best option for the Jets. And if they really are serious about moving Joe Tippmann to guard and signing center, they're going to have to go with some of the, second tier options, which we will profile in later videos. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of today's video? Let me know down below. And I'm going to signing off and out. See you guys later. Peace.